Chapter 5 of Find Your Way Home is Think of the Stranger as God. Becca and the women of Magdalene drew their inspiration for this book from another more ancient model for holy communal living, the Rule of St. Benedict. Hospitality is an absolutely critical aspect of Benedictine life, and this chapter has a nearly identical cognate in the Benedictine rule. Chapter 53 of the Rule of St. Benedict states, "Let all guests who arrive be received like Christ, for he is going to say, 'I was a stranger and you welcomed me.' And to all let due honor be shown, especially to those who share our faith and to pilgrims. In the reception of the poor and the pilgrims, the greatest care and solicitude should be shown, because it is especially in them that Christ is received." Just think for a moment about the power of this rule. This is not just about being kind and hospitable to strangers. The rule isn't think of the stranger as your friend, or even do to the stranger as you would have done to you, or even the Deuteronomic, "You shall also love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt." This is think of the stranger as God. Receive the stranger as Christ. This is about power. This is about authority. If we think of the stranger as God, we are not just concerned with making the stranger comfortable. We are living to serve the stranger. We are giving the stranger the power and authority to shape our entire lives and the life of our entire community. Thinking of the stranger as God means that individually and as a community, our whole life is oriented toward the stranger. We are the rare and strange society, as Archbishop William Temple said, that exists not for ourselves, but for those who are not members. Thinking of the stranger as God means, as we look at our liturgy, our programs, our space, we are not just asking, well, what do we want? What do we like? What do we need? But we are seeking out the stranger, not as someone to whom we market our wares, but as God herself. We are inviting her into the center of our community, and we are orienting our whole life toward her. We are giving her power and authority to define who we are. It is exploding the whole idea of us and them. If we think of the stranger as God, then the street and the sidewalk and the coffee shop become sanctuaries. If we think of the stranger as God, then the immigrant and the protester become our leaders. If we think of the stranger as God, our deep listening to the stranger's voice becomes sacrament.